I remember sitting at my father's dining room table as he told us the stories of Lebanon. And after dinner, some nights he would go into the kitchen and he would open a drawer near the telephone and he would pull out a calling card. And he would call Lebanon. And after some time, he would hand me the phone. And I would press my ear up to the other side of the world to hear my grandmother's voice on the other end of the line. And she would repeat over and over the only 3 English words she knew. I love you. I love you. I love you. And for most of my life, this was the only way I knew Lebanon, was through that telephone line. So when I was a teenager and my father invited me on my very first trip to Lebanon to meet my grandmother, I jumped at the chance. And we got off the plane in the Beirut airport and we drove north on the 2-lane highway. On our right were mountains so high that every morning they collect heaven's dew. And on the left, the wide Mediterranean Sea. And before us and behind us were streets unlike anything I had ever seen before. Streets that had been torn open by war and sewn back together. And we went under the town's archway to the house where my grandmother lived. Until now, she had been like an imaginary spring somewhere in the forest of my mind. I couldn't have known that all along I was swimming in the river that came from her. I remember the way she stood outside of the little concrete house as we looked into the mirror of each other. On her face, I could see all of us who had come through her children and her children's children, and we were like 1,000 springs spread across the wide earth, extending out in 1,000,000 directions from her, through her. And I was doing what water does. I was cycling home. She took me into her soft body and she kissed me on the right cheek, and then on the left cheek, and then again on the right cheek, our tears touching as we spoke over and over those same 3 words. I love you. I love you. I love you.